After 6 weeks in development, the working prototype of my modernist chair has been produced. I need to ensure the product has been designed and manufactured to a high quality, and all specifications set forth in the design specification have been adhered to, and also that my chair fulfills all the values of modernism that I intend to. In order to get this unbiased, subjective opinion of the success of my product, I am conducting an interview with the client. Could you give me a brief summary of the success of the product in your eyes?
Right, so I know that this product has been designed for the modernist movement, and I can clearly see that the minimalistic colour scheme and the very nice curvy design looks very nice and modern and neat and tidy as well. I can see that you have used anthropometric data to make the chair ergonomic in 1 to 5 scale form, which I like a lot.
It's turned out very well.
In front of you, you will see a copy of the design specification I used when designing my product. I will run through each specification, and if you could please give a score out of 10 and a short word summary of why you gave it this score. Please also offer any improvements you would make to the product.
Okay. So, first of all, aesthetics. You did follow your idea of having a limited colour palette and scheme, which is white and red, which the white makes the red stand out a lot and it makes it look really comfortable and luxurious as well, as red is a very luxurious, rich colour, which I like a lot. It does look very nice and modern with the aesthetics and the shape of the chair, where it's very curvy and it supports itself, whereas it screams modernism to me and I like it a lot. So I would say I'll give this a 9 out of 10 for aesthetics.
Would you make any improvements to it?
Any improvements I would say is, if you're going to make this into a like full size production, is probably change how you would manufacture the arms, because as you can see they're not entirely clean. You can see where the different layers are and all the filing marks, but apart from that, it's a prototype, it's a model, and I like it a lot.
Thank you very much.
Cost. It is attractive, and which will help it very well in the market. Reasonably low cost. To me, it looks expensive. It looks nice and modern, and it looks expensive. And the rich colour of the red makes it look like a seat that a high class person would buy. So for it to, product should cost around £50 to £80. That would be a pretty much good deal if that was what you're going to get for that money. I would say it's more of a designer's sort of chair, and I would pay more. I would say probably like £100 or £120 for it. So for the cost, if that's how it's going for this, it would like 8 out of 10, I would say, yeah. Your client. Product will be aimed for those who appreciate the modernism design movement and a piece of functional furniture that reflects modernism. As I said earlier on, that screaming to me that it's modern. It's very nice, very clean, very minimalistic, which most modern things are these days. So your client would be probably from the younger age, which I am, and to me, if I was your client, I would buy this. I like it a lot, so I'll give that 9 out of 10. Again, the only thing I would say is how the arms are produced, but apart from that, this is a model and I like it a lot.
Do you see any realistic improvements to increase the target market?
Realistic improvements? What I would say, if it was for someone who's starting in their first house, obviously you would have a smaller room, smaller area of space to work with. This this chair seems quite large, especially with that amount of room that you get between the top of the head and the top of the chair, and the guy seems to like have a lot of feet room between the floor and them. So I'll probably make it slightly smaller, but apart from that, if you were someone who had a big house or money to fill up with designer interior, this would work out really well. This would attract the market very well. Environment. The product itself would be large, which it is. It will seat a fully grown human. We have the 1 to 5 scale model human body here, who's modelling the chair for us, and as you can clearly see, it does suit the human ergonomics very well. The ergonomic of the chair is obviously worked with the human body, making it look comfortable, and obviously the rich texture of the red seat. It looks very comfortable, very nice, and I like it a lot. Yeah, I can see this is not portable. If it was life size, I would see that this is going to have to be carried by at least 3 people if it was a life size model. I would say it can be positioned anywhere in the house as long as it doesn't have a low ceiling. Again, with the size of the chair. Otherwise, I would think the chair would look too big for that room. But apart from that, I think this would be great for either an office or a living room. Not too sure on bedroom, but those pretty much would work very well. Safety. Environment, sorry, would be 7 out of 10. Safety. Multiple safety precautions be taken all times to design and manufacture the product. Ensure that all materials and fabrics are hypoallergenic and non-irritable. Looking at the health and safety, the curve, shape and edges help with the safety of the product, because you can't like scratch yourself or catch clothing. The fabric looks nice and it's tucked over so it won't stick out, which is also really nice. It makes it look neat, and it is the only thing I would say is that if you had a very obese human, if the chair would support the obese human's weight, because obviously it relies on this structure here, so I would say that it wouldn't be so safe. It would kind of be a bit dodgy with an obese human, but apart from that, for an average sized human, I would think it would improve the safety a lot.
What would your safety rating be out of 10?
Out of 10, I would say probably a 7. Function. The function product would be supply people with comfort, luxury and immersive resting experience. As I said before, looks luxurious. I could tell that the person in this seat can like fold, like sit back, can relax. Obviously you see the arm of this chair where the elbow goes and then the hand goes there. Looks really nice. I like the look and feel of the chair, and I think it really does suit its function very well and does its function very well. So I'll give that a 10 out of 10. Materials. Strong, stiff, tough, in order to ensure the product does not break or crack when put under weight of the user. As I said earlier on with the safety, it's great for average size human, but if it's for an obese human, I'm kind of worried that the material with the acrylic here might crack. So if it was life size and it was for a human who was overweight, maybe put some sort of support under here where most of the weight will be, otherwise I would think this would crack. But overall, if this was going to be mass produced, I would happily have this chair with the materials being made right now, as they can clearly represent what it would be when it's produced, mass produced in a life-size form. So for materials, and the luxury red, by the way. So for materials, I will give that an 8 out of 10. I like how it's been made with the layers. Manufacturing techniques. In order to create a 1 to 5 scale model of my product, of your product, sorry. Variety of techniques such as vacuum forming, sanding and belt face sander, or glass paper, and use adhesive to attach things. Looking at how this chair's been built, I really like your idea of the vacuum forming. Doing it out of one sheet makes it look nice, clean, very modern. Using adhesive for a model, it makes it look nice and clean, but I would say if it was for a life-size model, it might crack under pressure or break under pressure of the user. So if it was going to be mass produced in a life-size version, I would think about screw fixings, metal dowels in between the arms just to keep it in place, you know, especially with the arms. Apart from that, it's strong, it's sturdy, and for this scale it works very well and it makes it look very neat, so I'll give that an 8 out of 10.
Thank you for your feedback. Finally, could you rate the product as a general out of 10 and tell me if you, as the client, would call this product a success?
I would give it an overall 9 out of 10. The only thing I would worry about is, again, obesity with the weight here. But overall, I love the product. It screams modernism to me. You have successfully done a modern designed chair, 1 to 5 scale, and I like it a lot.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.